When a man refuses to spend his money and resources in a relationship, he's usually being tagged by my gender as a very stingy man. Some would even go as far as calling such men akagom, meaning tight fisted individual. But for some of these men, their reasons are usually circumstantial. Such is the case of Mr. Tayo and Miss Nike. Mr. Tayo met Miss Nike when she just finished her secondary school education, and he asked her what next for her. She said she would like to continue with her education, but her parents cannot afford to do so. Mr. Tayo offered to sponsor her in higher institution, and she accepted. He also sponsored her five other siblings through their primary and secondary school education. He rented and furnished an apartment for her parents in Lagos. He usually sends them monthly income just to make sure they are doing well on their own. He loves Miss Nike so much, and he displayed this through his generosity. She never lacked anything while she was in higher institution. Without her calling for help, he usually sends her money and every other thing that she needs. 4 years later, Miss Nike graduated and went ahead to serve her father's land. After the completion of her NYSC, Mr. Tayo proposed to Miss Nike, and she gladly accepted his proposal. They started preparing for their wedding ceremony. 3 months down the line, Miss Nike gained admission to study for a master's program abroad, which had already been processed by Mr. Tayo during Miss Nike degree program. They postponed the wedding preparation and all that she should go ahead for her master since it's just a 1 year program and she'll come back later for the wedding. She was so glad and excited. All plans were put in motion. Miss Nike traveled. Miss Nike and Mr. Tayo continued with their communication. They keep on chatting, calling, and for the next 4 months. Down the fifth month, there was a strain in their communication, and Mr. Tayo wondered what could have gone wrong. He kept asking her, what seemed to be the problem? Babe, I will call you, you would not respond to my call. I've left several messages. Check your answering machine. You see that I've left a lot of messages that you didn't respond to. What seemed to be the problem? She would say it's because of studying and all that, I have to work, I also have to study. Then you would tell her not to work. I will send you everything that you need. I don't want us to be affected. We have a lot of things at stake here. And she would reassure him, babe, don't worry. I'm here for you. It's just studying and the economy situation. That's why I've not been able to attend to you. Schooling and working abroad is very difficult. A year later, Miss Nike did not come home. Mr. Tayo got worried and he started asking, babe, you're supposed to be back by now so we can continue with our wedding plans and arrangements. Miss Nike told him to be a little bit patient as she was just tying up a few loose ends. Mr. Tayo kept the hope up and they felt like, okay, let's continue. And they continued. A year, 6 months later, Miss Nike didn't come home. Then Mr. Tayo called and said, babe, what seemed to be the problem? What exactly is wrong? You're done with your master's program. Why are you not here? Then Miss Nike told Mr. Tayo, I don't think you're the man for me. I don't want you to take this personal. It's not you, it's me. I love your generosity and the way you've been so nice to me and my family. But as it is now, I think we should go our separate ways. I'll refund everything that you have done for me if that is what will make you fine. But as at now, I don't think we'll be able to cope with each other. He was shocked. He was like, babe, did I offend you? Is something wrong? What seemed to be the problem? Why are you saying this right now? And she said to him, I'm saying this to you because we are not in the same caliber. I am educated. You are not. You are a business person. You have only SSC. How do we want to cope in the society? How do we want to be referred to by outsiders? I don't think I can date someone who has only school certificates. I am not sure we'll be able to match well because I will resent you. I'll look at you and I'll feel like my husband is half baked, that he's not that educated. Mr. Tayo asked Miss Nike, did you just realize that now that I'm not educated? Did you just realize it now that I cannot meet up to your standard? When I met you, you were also a secondary school SAT holder. I was the one who sponsored that education. I could easily sponsor myself too in school if I want to. She said no, she doesn't want to be with him. Moreover, he doesn't speak good English. He doesn't have method of approach. His manner of speaking in public usually embarrasses her. She just manages whenever she's with him. Didn't he notice that whenever they go out, she usually feel reluctant to introduce him to her friends because of the way he speaks? Mr. Tayo was heartbroken. He was like, where is this coming from? Everything you became today, I did. So why are you now differentiating the fact that I didn't go to school? She insisted that she cannot continue with the marriage plan. She already has someone in her master's class while she came there for master's who is also staying there, and they intend to get married together. And like I said earlier, I would return your money to you if that is what will make you happy. Mr. Tayo was very heartbroken. It took him more than 6 years to move into a new relationship. He can't even trust women with his money, with his resources. He said he only wants to spend his money on a woman that is already his, not for him to spend his time, energy, and resources on a woman. And at the end of the day, she will come to tell him he's half baked, or is not fitted in a category of a person, or is not fitted to a social class. What would you have done if you had been in Mr. Tayo's shoe? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Life happens with Alayo.